And we are finally here, guys. This is Texture Talk live with the Hair Whisperer Tendai. Once again, it is Wednesday. You guys know I'm always so excited to see you. I've been gearing up for this all week, ever since last week. So Sunday hits and then I'm on it again. I'm waiting for you guys to come on so that we can Texture Talk live. And you know how we do it. If it's your first time here, let me know where you're from. And you got to say, my natural is my natural. This is our brand new format that we've been using for the last few weeks, and it's been phenomenal. We've had amazing guests. We've had brand new people showing up. It's just been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And today is no different. Let me see where you guys. I see Adele. Hey, Adele. She's like, hey, my natural is my natural. So, you know, I got to get you guys your beautiful face up on the screen. You're the first one in the house, Adele. So thank you so much for joining us today. We've got Kelly Rogers. She's saying, my natural is my natural. Where you guys from? Where you guys hit me up from? Veronica Burroughs. My natural is my natural. So good to see you as well. Gosh, this is going to be an amazing show. Man, y'all jumping on here quick. What's up, DC? Yamika Thompson, I see you there. Yes, Stacy, Roxanne Semper. Hey, girl. Hey, guess what, guys? Just like any other time, we have you all, and we want to say thank you so much for joining us every single week. Valentina Valentine. Mississippi is in the house. Detroit is in the house. Man, so many people. You know, yeah, just thank you so much. I do want to say this. Every week I'm noticing that we're having more women joining us from all over the world, not just the country, but all over the world. So that should tell you guys how much of a sisterhood we have here on the Natural Hair Mag Facebook page, and just with the Healthy Hair Solutions and Texture Talk and the whole nine. So many women from all over are having the same kinds of journey and same kind of experiences. So you're not alone in this. We're here to tell you guys that you can do it. You can do it. And also remember to type in my natural is my natural. Kelly Rogers says, it's my first time here. So we want to welcome you guys. Welcome Kelly Rogers to the Texture Talk platform. And yes, it's amazing that you guys are seeing my natural is my natural. So without any further ado, I told you guys that we're going to have a really special surprise guest. So let me let you know what we got going on today. We have a beautiful woman, a beautiful sister that's on here, and she has her own business. Her name is Pjay Alexander. I think I said that right. I'm going to bring her on, you guys, but welcome her. This is Pjay Alexander. Y'all say what's up to my girl. You guys see how beautiful she is? Just a living, breathing doll. Yes, she is.
Hi, guys. How's everyone?
I know. We're going to have so much fun. Oh, my God. So let's get right into this. Pjay, tell them about your business, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I run Natural Club. We make fresh fruit hair products using food technology. We have our first line of products. It's the fresh avocado deep conditioners. And it's really started because I was frustrated with the current hair products that was in the market. And in college, I was just so frustrated that I cut off my hair, and I was like, you know what? Let's start all over. And this time I'm going to take care of my hair and put real natural ingredients in. So for 6 months, I challenged myself to make my own hair products using things around the house, from the grocery stores. And I found that my hair just loved fresh fruits like avocados, mangoes, bananas, and then different types of oils like coconut oil, shea butter, and all of that. And so in 6 months, my hair just thrived so much. And I shared my hair journey to YouTube, and I was just like, guys, like these hair recipes are so awesome. And at that time, it was a growing natural community, and they were sharing recipes with me, and I was sharing recipes with them, and it really turned into a community. And last year, we officially launched our website to bring to market more fresher hair products, because these larger companies aren't making them because it's too time consuming. And right. The really cool thing about our products that's different is that it is refrigerated. So this is really cold. And we believe that it has to be so natural. It has to be refrigerated. And my hair right now is a result of almost 4 years of using all natural products. So I just want to make it easier for everyone to make or to have more natural hair products.
Now, Mucha, your hair is absolutely beautiful. And I know a lot of people were wondering, is that yours? I mean, I got to be like, is that, they have the sew-ins that are so realistic nowadays, but it's good to share information because people can relate to what your texture is and people can relate to what mine is and just their journey in general. But my natural is literally so that you can understand exactly where you are and then fall in line on your roadmap to be able to go where you need to go. So this is great. Now, first of all, let me have you say my natural is my natural, just to jump on board with them real quick.
Yes, I've been wanting to say it. I was saying it while everyone was typing it in. Right. My natural is my natural. And I'm so happy that you guys say that. Sorry, because that's our whole mission. Like, we want to educate you on your natural hair. We have tips on porosity levels, on different curl types. And to answer your question, yes, this is my hair, but it has been, like I said, 4 years of consistent work and just making sure, consistent effort, just the little things that I'm doing every day to making sure that my hair stays moisturized, and that's how you retain your length. And I think over the years, my texture kind of changed as well a little bit because it's really long now, so it pulls it down and just makes it look more loose than it used to be.
Gotcha. Now, just quick question. Have you straightened your hair at all?
If I straighten my hair, it's once a year, and it's sometimes around my birthday or sometimes around New Year's. Right. If I choose my birthday one year, it's not New Year's, it's not the other. So I barely do straighten it. I did my longest time going without straightened hair was about like 3 years. So yeah.
So, you know, that's one thing that I tell the guests all the time is that, you know, finding that place where you're able to just let your curls collect, meaning let them continue to grow out of your scalp, it really does a lot better long term. So 4 years, I'm at 2 years. I did a big chop December 2015 for the 4th time in my life. And so I've gotten length here. So in 2 more years, I'm looking forward to seeing where I'm at in relation to my texture category and what I have going on. So yeah, you give me some visual there, you know, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Mucha, let's also talk about where you said you're from Philly, right?
Yes, Philadelphia, that 215, if anyone's around.
Hey, all my Philadelphia watchers, if you're on here, we do have people that are from Philly that tune in with us too. So definitely, we definitely want to kind of discuss your journey and how all this is going, and tell me more about what you know, what you want them to know. Matter of fact, what's your website? I want to type that in.
Yes, my website is naturalclub.com. It's NATURALL club, CLUB.com.
All right. I'm actually putting that on the screen for you guys so you guys can check out all of her wonderful products. How many products are in your line?
There's 7 products so far. Okay. 3 of them are from our deep conditioning line, and we make products for damaged hair to heal damaged hair. We make products to heal dull hair and add a little bit more volume. And then our number 1 seller, especially during the winter time, is our dry hair solution. Yeah. Each one is formulated to meet those specific hair care needs and really pack in that moisture. And just last week, we launched our growth serum line, and that's with Jamaican black castor oil and vitamin E, jojoba oil, and different essential oils that helps promote growth by stimulating your scalp. So that just launched, and we have 3 different products of it. And then we have our leave-in serum, which is a shea butter mix. What I just do with this is I'll take a little bit and I'll every day just put a little bit on my ends because that's where it breaks out usually. So I use that shea moisture.
Oh, love that.
Shea butter.
Shea butter. I got it. But you know what? It provides moisture. And I love that you said on the ends because that's where the oldest hair is. And it tends to be the most vulnerable and, you know, yeah. So adding that strength on the ends is going to be so important.
Yes, exactly. And focusing on it more, especially I feel like a lot of customers that we have struggle getting past that shoulder like stage. And that's because the ends of their hair are constantly rubbing on their shoulders. And so it keeps breaking off. So I would suggest at that point, definitely focus on your ends and try to keep it up so that it's not on your shoulders as well.
That's a really, really good tip, because everybody's so hell bent on long. I want my hair to be long, but they don't understand that your texture, those curls, they intertwine on each other and it usually grows out big, right? And then I like what you're saying about keeping it up more so and then letting it down as you go along. I really, really like that concept. Let's also I put your website on here, naturalclub.com. So be sure, guys, to check that out. And we want to talk about some other things. You mentioned exercising. Now, we know that in order to have really good hair growth, it comes from within, right? Our bloodstream. And a part of that is eating right, getting good rest, and exercising. You brought that tip up, and I know you wanted to share some amazing tips with our audience.
Yeah. For me, exercise is such a big thing for keeping, like, it should be part of your hair routine. Having good insides will result in better outsides as well. So start within and do exercise as often as you can. I know sometimes with some hairstyles, if you straighten it, you feel like you don't want to exercise because you don't want to mess up your hair. And in fact, studies show that Black women, 45% of Black women avoid exercising because of their hair, right? So I wanted to just give some tips for people who feel a little bit more nervous about exercising. And the one is just put your hair up. It's a very simple tip. Put it up so that, again, it's not on rubbing on your hair. And then also, don't be afraid to sweat. And if you are a little bit afraid to sweat, optimize for a cooler environment. So if the gym has AC, go there instead of running outside sometimes. That does help. You can also have a satin scarf. So we think of satin only when we're going to bed, or silk only when we're going to bed. But to keep your hair up, you don't need a headband that's not made out of satin or silk. So that's one thing that you should get. And then the last thing is, don't touch or take out your hair until your hair is dry. So you have your hair up, you have the satin on. Don't let your hair down until everything is dry, because that stops your hair from, like your curls from, basically it stops your curls from frizzing up more. And if you know, like if you've ever done like a bantu knot, a twist out, and you let your hair go when it's not dry, it's messy, it comes out a little messed up. So the same thing, this is one way to kind of preserve your curls within doing that. But I'm a big promoter of exercising and going out there, feeling good on the inside, and then it'll show on the outside as well.
Well, I got those tips down as fast as I could. Number one, you said don't exercise more. You said don't be afraid to sweat. You said get a satin headband and let your hair dry completely. I love those tips because it's true. And as a matter of fact, what you were saying with the sweating and all that, just imagine your hair is sweating. You're producing more sebum and stuff from your scalp, which is feeding that hair strand and helping your hair to grow more. However, to cleanse it afterwards, like you said, letting it down. What products do you have to follow up for your cleansing regimen? Because so many people want to automatically go to shampoo, and we know that shampooing is not where you need to be when you're curly.
Right. And you do not need, another tip, you do not need to shampoo your hair after every workout. It's going to be okay. Once the sweat kind of dries, the smell is barely there. So I would still try to stick to your normal wash routine. But in between, if you want something to just rinse without a shampoo, what I do is I dilute a little bit of baking soda. So just the smallest amount in a 1 liter, like your regular bottle of water, and you put 1 teaspoon of baking soda, mix that up, And then as you're like rinsing out your hair a little bit, I would dilute it with that and then rinse it out again. It's great for in between washes, and it's not as harmful as shampoo, but it does cleanse your hair in a more natural way. And then if you want to do the same thing with the apple cider vinegar, putting a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a bottle of water, that can be your conditioner instead of a conditioner or co-wash.
Okay, and a neutralizing, like I think the vinegar kind of neutralizes the smell too, if there is a smell, right? So that's so good to know. So many people are like, oh, I did a video the other day, and I co-washed my hair, and I was showing them how to use your hands. That's another phrase we use, is my hands are the best tools I could ever use, because it helps you to keep from. Yes, go and put them up. Yes,
that's how I detangle my hair.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it helps you to continue to keep the length, and you don't get the breakage from the combs all the time at the very end. So we're protecting the ends, and we're also babying our ends to make sure that they're staying on our head instead of breaking off. So real quick, give me some other tips and things that you want them to know. Then we're going to dive into the questions that they have, because they are excited. I mean, they're blowing this thing up.
Okay. I feel like some of the questions that they're asking I can answer already, but just some of the things that I do for my hair is, in terms of trimming, I don't trim my hair in a set time. Like, okay, it's once a month I need to trim my hair, or like it's every 3 months, it's every 6 months. I don't do that, and that's what allowed my hair to grow a little bit more. So what I'll do is actually just kind of eye the hair, and you can see if you have a split ends or not, and just cut that out. If you don't have a split end, you really don't need to cut your hair. It's not just you have to do it within your regimen, and that's just one thing that really helps my hair grow to this length.
Right. There you go. So that is one of the tips that I love the way you put that. And sometimes hearing in 5 different ways helps a person to find, I may say it a million times. Yeah, but hearing it from you that way, it may be a different, something that clicks in their mind. So we definitely want to thank you for all of those tips. Let's get into some of their questions that we have here. Let's see here. There's so many people on here. My natural is my natural. We have somebody from Suriname. We have somebody from Trinidad and Tobago, from Alabama. Let's see. She's Valentina Valentine. I made sure Facebook notifies me that we're on, so we're here. Yes, we are. And Texas.
Welcome, everyone.
Yes. From Mount riding the train. Oh, somebody's riding the train with their family to Atlanta. Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in with us while you're on the train. That is funny. So Kelly Rogers says, I need help growing my hair. Could you give me some pointers? So you want to start? I'll let you start.
Sure. It's a common myth that, like, when people say, oh, my hair is not growing, that's not true. Your hair is constantly growing between 1/4 of an inch to 1 inch a month. It just varies. And it grows the same whether you have curly hair, kinky hair, straight hair. It's still around that same rate. The only difference is why a lot of people say, hey, like, my hair doesn't seem like it's growing, is because you're not retaining your length. It's breaking off before you can really see results. So like I said earlier, if you had that shoulder length, put it up until you pass that shoulder length. But your hair is constantly growing. So the next thing you want to focus on is retaining that length. And one way that you can do that is consistently putting moisture into your hair. If your hair is not moist, it's going to break off more. It's more likely to break off. One thing an extra step that you can do if you haven't included this in your routine is add a deep conditioner. Deep conditioner, some people do it once a week, some people do it once a month. For me, I do it twice a month, and I also encourage my customers to do it at least twice a month. Some things that you want to look for in your deep conditioner is something that's packed with vitamin B or vitamin E that's really packing in moisture in your hair. Something that has that is avocado. So you can take a fresh avocado, put in your favorite oils, and deep condition your hair once a month or however much you want to do. I think that extra step really goes a long way in making your hair retain its length, because now it's just so healthy, it's not really breaking off. And so you can see that growth more often.
Yes.
And plug in for Natural Club. If you don't feel like making your own avocado hair mask and you don't know exactly which ingredients to use, you could buy our product. And actually, we do have a giveaway. So we're giving out 3-month supply, and that is in the description above, like how you can enter. So enter today to get 3-month supply of fresh avocado deep conditioners.
That is, you know what? You just said the magic word, Muja. You said giveaways. They love giveaways around here. So they absolutely love it. So tell them one more time how they can get in on the giveaways, the freebies.
It is so easy. We made it super easy for you. There is a link that you can click that's in the description right now, and you're just going to give us your name and email. And from that, we're going to select a winner and email you about your prize. And you're going to get 3 months worth of our products. We are a subscription company, so we send products each month to all of our customers. You're going to keep getting one for 3 months and to see that result.
Product junkie.
Good luck, everyone.
Yes. Product junkie heaven. You guys see that? Products. You hear that, guys? You're going to be able to get products every month. I mean, every those often extended. So that's often awesome. I have another comment here. This is from Pjay Eisenhower. Can you see that? She says, my natural is natural also after chemo. So this is what I am really interested in. I know. I see you lighting up, girl. Okay, so I have a lot of people that have gone through chemo, and of course, they're wanting something that's going to be more natural to help them with their hair growth. Come on, let them know what you got.
Yeah. So with all of our products, they are 100% natural, with all ingredients that you can pronounce. With oils, they're usually really friendly for all different hair types. And so with our growth serum right now, all the oils are 100% natural and can go with any hair type, hair need. And I'm just so happy that you still love your hair after everything that you've been through. And if there's any way that I can support as well, feel free to message us on Natural Club. But thanks, Peggy.
Yes, that is perfect. And so this is another person, Pjay Alexander. She says, I want to loosen my natural curl.
Why? Why do you want to loosen it? My natural is my natural. Your natural is your natural. See, this is also why I started my company. I want people to love their curls for what they are. No matter what curl, what kink, whatever, I want you to embrace it. And a lot of times we don't embrace it because of the products that we're putting in our hair that make our hair look a certain way and not really showing off that our hair types. A lot of the products we use aren't meant for our hair type. And so therefore it makes us feel bad about ourselves. So that's why, like, my mission is to really embrace and encourage, and we have chemists in the lab studying your curls so that we can provide better products specifically to curlier and kinkier hair types. Like, there's not a lot of brands that are specifically focused on that with a team of chemical engineers. And I want to have so many products so that one day, Pat, like, you will love your hair for its curls.
Oh my gosh. You took the words right out of my mouth and so many other people's mouths, because, you know, and I don't want to sound attacking to you, Pat, but I do want to say this. That phrase, my natural is so important. Everybody, please type that in right now. My natural is my natural, because that is an affirmation. When you look at yourself in the mirror, that's going to take you through the long haul. Now, what we can do is actually communicate with you about where you are, and then help you to understand how to obtain realistic results. There's a roadmap. We all have DNA. Our DNA can't be changed. So even if you changed your curl pattern externally, it's going to come back the way it really is. And so at some point, you literally have to understand what you have so that you can get the best results from it. So, and we would love to help you with that, Pat. So, yeah, we'll keep on going. It's not a big deal, but definitely my natural is my natural. So Christy Mealing, she has a question here. She says, how can I get my hair to grow that long? You know, right?
Okay, so my hair, I don't know if you can see it. It's almost to 3 feet now. And that happens.
That's a lot of hair, girl. That's a lot of hair, girl.
Yeah, but it happens over years. It's been like I said, like 4 years. And when I did that cut, it wasn't all the way to my scalp, so I had a couple of inches there too. But if length is a goal of yours, then for you specifically, consistency is key within your hair regimen and hair routine. Yeah. So moisturizing your hair, tying your hair up at night using satin and silk scarves. All of that goes such a long way to retaining length. Like I said earlier, your hair is already growing at a specific rate each month, right? And so like with my hair, it's going the exact same rate probably as yours. And so you want to just retain it. And that's really what the question you should ask. Like, how do I retain it instead of just grow it long? And retain takes a long time, and consistency and patience. Number one key. Patience, because it's going to take years for you to get to a length that you want.
Mm-hmm. Also, understanding what your texture category is, understanding that a lot of us being in that 3 category where you have the big S's on down to the smaller S's, that really, and some going on to the 4 category, the closer your S pattern is, the shorter it's going to seem. So when you pull it out, it's going to get longer and longer and longer and longer, you know, but when you let it go, it's going to look like it's here. That's okay. Your shrinkage, that's where the money is. That's where you actually accumulate more and more. So find styles that are really, really, that you fall in love with at that length, wherever you are. And then just make sure that you're moisturizing and, like she said, retaining the length and not stressing your hair and doing things that's going to break it off more and more. Make sense? Yeah, so we have some more questions here. Kelly Rogers, I mean, it actually brings us to that point. She says, I need help. Knowing, I guess, what my hair type is and how do I know what it is? I need help. No, I don't know what my hair type. Basically, she wants to know what her hair texture is and how do you figure the thing out? That's what it is.
I think we focus a lot on hair typing in a sense of 3A, 4C, like 4A, like different numbers and letter combinations, which, okay, great. If you can kind of identify or see a similar shape as someone else, that's great. But your hair type could be completely different for someone who has a similar shape as you. And one of the key things that I want you to try to find more than just your hair type is your porosity level, right? Porosity is measured. It's a measurement to see how your hair absorbs and holds moisture, right? So you can have low porosity, medium porosity, and high porosity. And low porosity hair is just more moisture resistant. That means it's hard to get moisture into your hair, so you have to pack on more products. If you know your hair is more low moisture, then you can do things as protein-free daily conditioners, moisture-rich products such as jojoba oil, lighter or liquid-based products, or if you want our solution, it's the dull hair solution. And then for medium porosity hair, I would avoid more protein in your daily regimen. So it's medium porosity is like you have your hair can have moderate flow of moisture into it. And I would, like I said, avoid protein in your daily regimen, but you can deep condition periodically with a protein. And then for high porosity hair, that means you have gaps or holes in the cuticle layer, which allows you to absorb so much moisture quickly, right? So for that, I would use more leave-in conditioners, moisturizers, and sealers to help your hair retain and prevent dryness. So, and with that, if your hair is high porosity, I usually suggest our damaged hair solution. So it's not really about hair type. It's really understanding your hair need to better help your hair as well.
Mm-hmm. And so also do understand that, you know, with that whole, like with the texture typing thing, sometimes, especially being a licensed cosmetologist, that's something that we were not taught in school. However, since the natural hair community has grown so quickly, it's something that we've had to evolve and adapt with. So I'll just kind of explain to you really quickly, give you guys a quick overview of along with the porosity levels, is what she's saying, the different texture types that have been identified, that every human being literally would fall on a spectrum. So the thing that we all have in common is that we all have hair, and hair is made out of keratin. Okay. So if you understand that hair is made out of keratin, however, the shape is going to be determined. The number is actually going to reflect the shape of that hair. So if it's straight, that's going to be category 1, because when it's wet or hydrated, it has no curl pattern. So it's just straight. Category 2 is going to be slightly wavy. So that's when you're going to see some people who wet their hair, as it starts to dry, it kind of waves up just a little bit. So it's slightly wavy. And as it goes over on that spectrum, it goes into an S pattern, which is going to be the beginning of your category 3. So big S's on down to smaller S's, like Muja and myself. We both have category 3 textures. Okay. And then as you go on over, those S's get smaller and smaller till you get to little Z's. And right there, that break 3s turns into 4. So you got category 1, 2, 3, and 4. The subcategories are A, B, and C, which essentially represents how thin one strand of your hair is. So A is going to be fine, which is what I have. B is going to be a little bit thicker. So if you take a strand from my hair, one from Muchas, and different ones, and you hold them side by side, some strands are going to be a little bit thicker than others. I have a very fine strand of hair. Okay.
Mine's pretty thick, I would say.
You have a thick strand. I could tell because of the way your hair hangs down. Mine is, I could tell mine, you could tell, it's like she and I, if we held our strands side by side, our curl patterns would probably be similar. However, since my strands are thin, they're very airy. So being together, it takes a lot of strands, and mine's going to stand up like this instead of way down. And so the thicker the strand is, you're going to have more weight, more things like that. And then literally, then C is going to be a coarse strand of hair. So you have fine, medium, and coarse. So if you think about a spider web, that would be more in comparison to mine. Something medium would be like thread, and then something coarse would be just kind of like, just for a visual piece of yarn. So you can see the thickness in different strands. So A, B, and C, categories 1, 2, 3, and 4, talking about the patterns and the subcategories. It's really important to know this because it helps you to literally have a realistic expectation of what your hair will do. So on that texture chart, if you're category 1, you have straight hair and your strands are like spider webs, you know you can't go in and expect to get this at all. Or, you know what I mean? Or somebody with a thicker strand that's in your same category, they'll have more hair. The one more thing that actually really helps in that arena is density. How many strands per square inch on your head do you have? You know, like my hair, it's standing up really big, but I told you I have fine strands, little skinny strands. I have an S pattern, which means they're light and airy, and they're actually working together, but my hair is going to stand up. But I tell you what, if we pull Mucha's hair into a ponytail and pull mine into one, my ponytail is probably going to be about that thick. And hers is probably going to be a lot thicker than mine because she has thicker strands. So those are just some key little tips to help you understand like what your texture is and what you're able to do with your hair, you know, on a large scheme of things. That along with porosity levels can help to, I hope that helped you out, you know, can help you to really understand what takes place with your hair as it's growing out. So yeah, somebody said Veronica Burroughs, she said good tip. So good job. Somebody says, girl, exercise, child, LOL.
It's tough. It's tough. But
you gotta do something.
Something. Just walk around. You know?
Right.
Even sometimes I'll just like, while I'm watching TV, I'll just stand up. Stand up while you're watching TV sometimes. Mm-hmm. Lift your legs up a little bit. Like, it doesn't have to take away from your day. Just like try to incorporate it within your day.
I say what? We're going to help them right now. So we're going to just do some inhales and exhales right now. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. We just helped you out. See what I mean? We got you started. Mucha's all into it like, yeah, I'm ready.
I love doing that. And sometimes when I just need to like, when I'm having like stress or just like I need to think of an idea real quick, I just pause and I breathe and I center myself. And that's what I was just doing now. I am all centered, everyone.
Yes, that does feel good to just take a breath and exhale and woosah. So we've got Barbara Shakadelicia Brown. Girl, Y'all know y'all get me with these names. Y'all get me on here trying to say all this stuff. I'm trying to remember Mukja. And did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
LT Johnny. I got the LT Johnny. She says, I need a good gel pudding to help to keep my ends together when I twist it up. Help in all caps. So what you got for?
Well, in terms of our products, I would say tune into Natural Club because we have new products coming out. We just had their growth serum, and in 2018 we have a lot more new products. You could have that gel that you're thinking about, wink wink, so make sure you're on our newsletter. But if you want a natural alternative to gel, or more of a natural gel, I would use aloe vera gel. Actually, it doesn't give you that tight like that, it doesn't make your hair lay down all the way, but it does give it some sort of hold that looks great and also makes your hair feel great. Aloe vera gel is great for your hair and it adds moisture while making your hair still look good. So I would ditch the gels that you normally use in the store because they're going to cause your hair to sometimes flake up and dry out.
So that's a really, really good alternative as far as the aloe vera gel. Like you said, it's gonna, give you that natural feel. I mean, I really love the fact that you're sharing natural hair tips because there are some people who are really, really into making their products, yes, going straight vegan and things like that. And so we definitely appreciate all of the knowledge you have with the alternatives and everything. Let's see what else we have here. Shaniqua Tweet Simpson says, my natural is my natural. Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got another person here, Christine Givens. She says, I need something that doesn't dry my hair out.
All of our products.
Yeah. I'm like, everything.
On moisture. And the reason I wanted to focus on moisture, because all of these other products out here that are meant for curlier and kinkier hair types, they dry out your hair, and your hair needs so much more moisture than straighter hair, because that natural sebum, that natural oil that's coming out your hair, can't get through to the ends, and so it's kind of trapped there and your hair is more dry. So I feel you. That's also, studies show that 90% of curly haired women say that their number one problem is dry hair. So you're not alone at all, but I would educate yourself on different natural ingredients that can really pack in moisture. And we do have more information on the Natural Club blog about how to really pack in your moisture.
Right. It's so funny that you say that because people, you have to understand that the natural hair movement is fairly new. It's not new because we've been growing. We had natural hair ever since our DNA has started producing it, from on down through our ancestors. However, you got to understand that the focus in education was not on texture. So we're behind. And your concepts and thoughts of shampooing, then conditioning to clean your hair, that is literally the total opposite for us. On that spectrum we talked about, straight hair, you shampoo first because the sebum slides straight down a straight strand of hair. On curls, that sebum is not, first of all, our hair is defying gravity. My sebum for my scalp is not sliding up my curls at all. So it's going to be drier. Therefore, we have to go in with moisture as our cleanser first. So what she's saying is totally right. Understand that your natural is your natural. Your starting point is going to be your starting point. And to get the best results for your hair long term, you got to literally reverse your thinking in the way that we're approaching it. So it's a little tough. Some people are still like, I don't understand how I'm going to clean my hair without shampoo. You're going to learn today. That's what I say. You're going to learn today. Okay, so we have another person, Pjay Alexander. She says, how do you take care of color in your natural hair?
So color is an issue that a lot of our customers come to, because a lot of times when you're stripping your hair or adding color to your hair, it is a lot drier than what you're used to. And it depends. If you go to a professional, it's probably not as dry. But with color, I would still follow the same tips as someone who has dry hair, and making sure that you sometimes put a little bit extra too. Be careful too, because there's some products that are going to strip your color away or make your color fade out a little bit faster. So you have to educate yourself on the ingredients that work for your hair, but also just double check if it works with your colored treated hair as well.
All right. Adele says, what do you do for bedtime?
For bedtime, I'll just show you guys. Why not? Yeah. So I'll just flip my hair up and I'll go ahead and I'll braid it. So basically what you want to do is just get your hair, the ends of your hair to not touch the pillow because you don't want them to break. And then I'll take it, and then if I had a scrunchie, I'll just scrunch it up here. And then I have my satin bonnet, and then I'm done. That's it.
Isn't it funny how people think that natural hair is so much work? But really, it's so much easier once you establish a regimen and establish what you're supposed to do with your hair. It makes it so much easier. It really does. That's a quick tip. And then I'll just show you, since mine stands up, it's a great comparison. So a person who has longer hair like that, or like Eltajani,
Eltajani.
I was going with your last name. Longer hair like that.
Sometimes.
Yeah. My hair stands up more. So with me, I'm literally going underneath. My hair is growing out. So I'm going underneath. And I just take mine just like she did. So you see a similarity. And I'm using the palms of my hands, going underneath, keeping all the curls in there. And I just use a band, a satin, one that has like satin on it. I put it around there. It's like a ponytail holder. And just one time, I don't twist it and wind it. I just let it stay just like this.
Let it loose, yeah.
And then in the morning, once I get out of the shower, the steam's gonna kind of wake the curls up on the ends. I'll take this out, shake my hair out, and then I literally just style the edges of my hair, and then I'm back in business. That's it. So, literally, once you train your hair to respond a certain way, you really start to learn how to work with your texture and your styling techniques. And it becomes so easy, guys, so easy over time. But you got to get to that phase. It's a journey. You got to visualize where you're going to be and find styles all the way through. Did you have to do this? Find hairstyles all the way through your length growing process that you really loved, right?
Yes. I loved when my hair was shorter, just band two knots, and then like that twist out that you get after that. Loved it with my short hair. It just looks so great. And then I changed it up as my hair got longer. But yeah, even with that, like I feel like I even chose different ingredients too, with different stages of my hair.
That's interesting. Do you think that it was because of the length that you had to change, or was it the weather? Why did you have to change ingredients?
Well, I felt like weather one. So like as the seasons get colder, I do tend to put more oils into my hair and less. But at the beginning of my hair journey, I was testing out so many different things in my hair that I feel like as my hair gets longer, I'm understanding my hair more and more. Not that it's getting longer. I'm just saying as the past 4 years throughout my hair journey, I'm reading my hair, I'm listening to my hair, and I change the ingredients based off of if I find a better ingredient, basically. So at the beginning, I'm trying new things. And then now it's like, okay, I have this ingredient that really works for me, and I'm going to stick with it. And I wish I knew when I first started that my hair responds to it this way. So that's what I meant.
Yeah, that makes sense, and then like you said, everything is so kind of new. We're still in that testing phase to get out of the creamy crack mindset, you know what I mean? So we're still learning about what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, it's a good journey. And I think that's really good that your products are born out of your own experiences too. So you really have a connection with your products. So that's awesome. We got another question from Kelly Rogers. Kelly says, how long should you wait to take down your style?
Is that a twist out, you mean?
That's what I'm wondering. Is she speaking of braids or twist out? We'll come back to that. Answer that question for us, Kelly Rogers. Are you speaking of a twist out? Or as a matter of fact, you guys know you are welcome to call me. The number is 636-206-4922. That's 636-206-4922. You can call in and speak with us live. We will answer any questions you guys have.
That'd be awesome.
Yes. See, we have a lot of fun here. Ursula Lewis says, good evening and happy Thanksgiving. My natural is my natural in New Jersey. Oh my God. Are you cooking?
Yes. Welcome, Jersey. Yes. That's like 20 minutes away from me.
See, I told you we've got your neck of the woods in here too. Valentina Valentine said, yes, Lord. I don't know what that was for. There was something that we said a while back, but she just said, yes, Lord. Okay.
There's more where that comes from too. Our blog has so many different questions that you probably didn't even know that you had a question about for natural hair.
I love that. Tell them about the blog. The blog is where? Where can they find that?
Sure. Go to naturalclub.com and you scroll to the bottom of the homepage or any page really. And there's a link that says blog. And when you go to the blog, just some new things that we have how to transition to natural hair. So if you're thinking about it but don't want to do a full cut, we have your guide, how to care for low, medium, and high porosity hair. We have the exercise, 12 do's and don'ts for exercising with natural hair, how to keep natural hair moisturized, and the list goes on and on. And we get feedback from community members, and we do studies. And so we really just want to be that #1 spot to give you all of the information you need, all the natural ingredient information that you need for your hair as well.
That's awesome. Natural all. NATURALL.
Club.com.
Not naturalclub.com. Don't make the mistake I did. Okay, trying to leave the L off. Try that extra. So we've got Marisa Best says try Nanocomb.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna just write that right now so I don't forget. I love trying different things. And I love studying the properties of different things to see if we can make something out of it.
Yeah, Nanocomb. We'll see what it is. Another one says Natural Club hair mask is amazing.
Yay, we have a customer.
Futurecoldest Nish. They said it is, yes, everything, all that. And a bag.
Yes, all the hands. Yes. Yes. And it's crazy how just like simple ingredients, like how it works in your hair and how it really impacts and moisturizes your hair. You don't need to get all of these chemicals and these long names and all that. Like just stick to basics.
Yep. Okay, so Kelly Rogers says it won't let me do it. I don't know what. Oh, your phone? I don't know. She actually said, how long can you leave up a twist out? A twist out. Let me go back.
How long? So if it's twist out,
how long can you keep a twist out? As we said.
Oh, until it looks good, girl. I try to wear my hair as long as I can. If I can let it past, I'm gonna try as long as I can. Because I'm not trying to do my hair every day.
No, I'm telling you, I'm on a mission to show my regimen day to day, and I'm gonna go as long as I can until it's time for my wash day again. But I'm showing them every day how I change my style up based on what's happening with my hair. So if your twist out it's like repurposing over and over again. So you find your curls doing something different, repurpose those bad boys into a whole new style, and you just keep on going until you're like, you know what? I think it's time for me to redo this, and start over again. Your hair will literally tell you. So we're gonna have that. Let's see. Valentina Valentine says keratin treatments at Pat Pjay. What about the keratin treatments? What about
That's not natural.
No. People are so quick to jump on keratin treatments, and I'm jumping on you, Valentina Valentine. I'm saying that people are so quick to jump on things. They're looking for a straight hair alternative so badly. Some people are like, okay, but keratin has, just coming from a salon, there's times when you use certain things. Think of it this way, guys. When you haven't been natural for so long and you sit down with somebody like me and I'm looking at your scalp and it's analyzing your hair strands and your scalp for what you've been doing, sometimes you have to take things and bring it back over into a balance before you're able to go on further. So the keratin treatment, my first thing in my mind is like, why do you want a keratin treatment? What do you need it for? So kind of elaborate on it. Let me know what you're wanting. So we've got Dad's girl, Thomas Runner.
Runner.
Yeah, runner. She says, my natural is my natural.
Yes, it is.
Drea Hayes says, my natural is my natural. We've got a whole lot of, oh, my sister's on here. She said, my natural is my natural. Toya Williams, yep, everybody's saying my natural is my natural. Trying to find some more. Okay, somebody says, let's see, Anita Fuqua says, my first time going natural. How can I keep my hair soft and healthy? Here we go again. This is her first time going natural, so I'm assuming she has a big chop. Call us, 636-206-4922. People are afraid to call in sometimes, I think, because they're like, okay, I'm not going to get through. But the line is literally open. We can talk, people. We can talk right here if you want to talk. But if not, type it in and we'll talk about it there. Okay. Valentina Valentine says, my natural is my natural. Thanks for last week's tip. The aloe vera water and coconut oil in the ends have softened the hair a lot. Doesn't feel like wool anymore. Awesome.
See, you're listening to your hair. You're choosing ingredients that it likes. And try new ingredients. See if your hair likes it or it doesn't. And if it doesn't like it, you don't have to try it again.
Okay. This is Elisa Mundane Shoemate says, the hair in the back of my head is almost 1.5 to 2 inches. 1.5 to 2 inches shorter than the rest of my hair on my head. I think that it has something to do with the dryness. What can I do for this? Oh, wow. You want to take this one?
That's actually a very common thing because your hair wants to kind of even out as well. So for me, the hair on my head, at the back of my head, if I were to measure this strand is a lot shorter than this strand. And that's just because that effect of making it all look like it's uniform in one length. And so maybe that's what, like, just the cut of your hair is making it do that. But it also could be the way that you lay in bed. That's like, making your hair break off a little bit. But usually the back of your head is a little bit shorter, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it either. As long as you have the ends trimmed properly and you're not being extra, you just have to put a little more care in this area right here. Everybody right here, we all have this dry, challenging, I'm not going to say difficult, challenging part right in this area. You have to put more product here, more moisture, because it's literally the section of your head that's always exposed to the sun, the wind, the rain, everything. It's beaming down here. So this is the most exposed. Everything around here is gonna, this is what they say, I have good hair all around here. This is what people tell me. I have my good hair around here, my daddy hair right here. I'm like, why you always have to throw daddy in the mix? Like, he's the one with the problem, but this hair in the top is always exposed. So it dries out a lot faster and it tends to break off quicker if you're not careful. So you just got to be careful. Make sure that you trim your ends and stretch your hair out before you add product to it, and literally help with your fingers, using your fingers to really add the right product, those avocados. And I'm going to try that too with what you're saying. I love that. Yes.
Do you want to see what it looks like?
Yes, let's see it.
Okay, so I actually just had it thaw here. So I just took this out the refrigerator. Okay. If you weren't here earlier, our products are so fresh you have to refrigerate them. And this is made out of an avocado base. And so I'm opening up our dull hair solution.
Wait, hold the package up really, really close to the camera. Okay, now we can see it. Go down just a little bit.
See it? Natural.
Yes,
okay. Cool. And then on the back of the label says, be proud of your hair. So another way to say my natural, my natural is my natural.
And absolutely.
Yeah. And so with the product, it's really thick, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, it's slowly coming down and it's just fresh avocado.
What does it smell like? We're into smells.
Okay, so we have about 100 YouTube reviews out right now, and I don't think no two people said the same smell, but a lot of this stuff that we get it smells so fresh.
Yeah.
It smells like a little bit of a lavender, and with the oils too, it gives us this like really fresh and airy smell. We don't put any artificial smells in it because that's where a lot of that toxic chemicals come in, but it's just a very, very thick. And our products, so your usual conditioners usually have about 98% water in them. So it's really watered down and they have those active ingredients. Our products only have between 15 and 20% water in it. So it takes about 40 different deep conditioners to get the effects of our deep conditioners, which is why so many people love them. And you see it's just like really, really thick. And as soon as you put it in your hair, it kind of just melts in your hair because your hair is just like, moisture, please give me that moisture. And so that's our deep conditioners. And they're all scientifically formulated to meet those problem areas. So if you have dry hair, damaged hair, or dull hair. And if you don't know which ones to choose, we have a quiz on our homepage that helps you figure out which one works for your hair type.
That's awesome. So on the Natural Hair Club hair.com hair page,
naturalclub.com
hair page, there's a quiz that you guys can take to find out what you need for you. That's so cool. I mean,
we're trying to help you out every step of the journey.
Black girl magic. Yes. Okay. Let's see. I was told it's hard to grow your hair with color in it. Is that true?
Your hair is always growing, especially that new growth has no color in it. So it's just constantly growing. What maybe they mean by that is maybe your hair is more prone to breakage when it's colored. So that spot in between your new growth and your color treated growth, it's a weak area right there. So sometimes it does break off there.
And that's where your bonds have been altered. And so that's when you would need your building treatments are putting a false structure around it. So that's a whole nother level of conversation. But just to keep that answer simple for you, what Mu just said is that your hair is weakened once you put color on it, especially if you're bleaching it. It's weakened, and you have to be very careful that you're not gonna break it off. It's weakened at that point. Okay, let's see. Lydia Key says, how often should you wash your hair? And she says she washes her hair every week.
Okay. I get varying answers to how often you should wash your hair. I think the key is to listen to your hair and see how it responds to extended period of time. For me, I would say just never wash your hair every single day, especially if you have curly and kinky hair types, because again, that natural sebum, you're stripping that down and it barely can go through anyway. But it just depends on your activities throughout the week. Is your hair sweating more? What type of products you're putting in your hair? How your hair is styled? So there's a lot of different factors that you can ask yourself so that you can figure out how to wash your hair, how often you should wash your hair.
Right. It's what I've noticed is that with the naturalistas, as long as they're following their rule of not using the shampoo to wash your hair or to cleanse your hair so often, but you're using more moisturizing products, it's safer. So in the summertime, you may have people, I know for me, I would co-wash my hair probably more often as I was running and things like that. And also people that swim. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I gotta go with shampoo because of chlorine. But no, chlorine is drying, then shampoo is drying on top of that, which is going to leave you with a vulnerable strand of hair that's also going to be altered by the sunlight. It's going to lighten up and turn, it's kind of like a bleaching effect. So you got to be careful there and make sure you're cleansing with the right products. So your cleansing products are the co-washes. What would you recommend for actually cleansing their hair on a more regular basis for those ones who like to do that?
I think that diluted both baking soda and a diluted apple cider vinegar mix is so great for the people who are just trying to maintain that in between washes as well. And I actually can go really long with just doing that process, like 2 to 3 months. Don't kill me, guys, but like 2 to 3 months just doing that mix before touching a like other co-washing product. And that helps with my hair and my growth. So
we have another comment here. It says, I wish we would leave the texture thing alone. Like we all have kinky hair. So sad to hear the good hair comments from other brown girls. It's hard to hear especially when you have people that are using it for a negative connotation, but literally it is good to know where you fall on that texture spectrum. You should know, because that's going to help you long term to have realistic expectations and to fall in love with beautiful things in your grasp. You know, it's one thing for me to look at Mucha's hair and say, oh, I'm going to let my hair grow out in 4 years and I'm going to look just like that. When my strands are not like hers. And so I know that in 4 years, my hair, instead of it hanging down like that, unless I make it do that, my hair is probably going to be more like a big giant oak tree. You know what I mean? Which I'm okay with that.
Yes.
I would love that. I mean, I'm Tracy Ellis Ross. I'm coming for you. That's where I'm going. Yes. So we definitely want to have all of those things in our minds when as we're growing and getting through all of this natural hair journey. So let's see, we have some more comments here. Do you have anything else? Tell them again what your website is.
Yeah, it's naturalclub.com. So it's the word natural with the extra L. So NATURALL club, CLUB.com. And it's a kind of a play on word, like natural. All of our ingredients are natural. So we share, we have a forum on the page where you can talk to people, you could ask questions, and different members can respond to you. So it's that club, that community aspect, and we share tons of different information. And then also, if you see our ingredient list for any of our products, we don't just list the ingredient. We tell you why that ingredient is there and what it's going to do to your hair. So we're very transparent, and we want to see more hair companies be like that.
That's awesome. We really, really, really love that and appreciate that from you. There is a comment here from Valentina Valentine. She said, I'm low porosity, dense, coarse 4C. That's what I learned from last week. No sulfate and protein in this head. Yes, ma'am. I think that's why I had the hair feeling like wool. That is absolutely why. Because you went in following somebody else's lane. And yeah. Zandy Musgrove says, I have 2 different textures in my head.
That's so normal. It's so normal. And it's also sometimes happens because of how you're styling your hair. So the front of your hair can seem more loose because you're constantly maybe brushing it down, and it just kind of taking this like more looser approach. But it's so common to have different hair textures. But again, just listening to your hair's needs and what you can do for each texture.
Yes.
Very
That is common. That is so common. People are always complaining about that, saying my textures are different. But again, this area right here, it'll make you think that because it's drier here. Just over history, it's been drier, that space. Kelly Rogers, he says, how many times should you do a big chop?
Well, you don't have to do a big chop if you don't want to. And if you want to just rock a big chop, do it. Like, it's really, there's no set time, no set number to how you control your natural. But it just depends on what's your goal. What do you want to get out of it? Like, I've seen people big chop 3 to 4 times just because they like that experience and that growth. It's more than just cutting off their hair to them. And it means, so it just means like they're going through a process. So for you, Kelly, what does big chopping mean? And what is your goal? And if that goal has to happen through big chop, go ahead and do it. If that goal doesn't, then you don't need to do it. So there's no really set number that you need to do that.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like that answer. We're going to take one more comment or question. This is a good one, actually, and I think this is directed directly to you. Ursula Lewis says, are your products okay for children? I have a 21-month-old. Aw.
Yes, our products are 100% natural, and we have many parents use it on their children. And especially because they want alternatives to the other hair products that they see on the market. Our product will add moisture to your child's hair without having any toxic chemicals for it. Nice. And the little kids like to play with the consistency of our avocados as well.
It smells good too. I bet it smells really good. You guys, we definitely have the links in the comments to tell them once again about the special offer that you have, the contest that you have going on.
Yeah, so we have a 3-month giveaway. So you're going to get Natural Club products each month for 3 months. So you'll be part of our subscription service, and that's what you'll win. You'll have the deep conditioners in there. You'll have a leave-in serum. You'll have our educational insert and just a whole bunch of other things to get you through that whole experience. And we make it very easy for you to get natural ingredients into your hair. And the reason I did a 3-month instead of a 1 month is consistency consistency is key to seeing results. So I want you to just keep getting it and see that change within your hair and get that moisturization level. So it's really easy to enter the giveaway. There's a link right below. Click it. All you have to do is put your first name and your email address, and we'll email that winner. So it's only up for 48 hours, this giveaway. So after 48 hours, we're going to announce the winner on our Natural Club page. So I don't know if you want to put the Natural Club Facebook page. Just search Natural Club, like us, and then we'll announce it there as well.
I'm putting it on there right now. And
okay, awesome. Go like us.
Yes.
We're trying to hit 10,000 by the end of this month. So
yeah. Is that it? Yeah, I got it on there for you. Hey, really quickly, are your products in stores anywhere? Someone had asked that question. Are they in stores?
Because the product is so fresh, we make it in a fresh batch. So every product that you get has been made no longer than 1 week. So we make it, we ship it to you. So it's so fresh that we can't stay in retail shelves. And that's something extra that we want to do. It sets us apart from our other competitors, which have products that are on the shelves for 3 to 4 years. So we're not in retail, but for a good reason.
Gotcha. And then we have another question, and it's going to be our last one. They said, are your products available in London?
Unfortunately, we are just shipping to our United States and Canada. But in 2018, again, we have a lot of new announcements happening. So I would encourage you to follow us on Facebook at Natural Club, because we will be starting to open up some international shipments because we do have so many requests.
Yes, our London sisters are in here, and they're looking like, if you all don't come with some products over here,
I know, right?
But thank you. We really appreciate you guys, and we thank you so much for tuning in with us for our healthy hair journeys, our natural hair journeys for Natural Hair Mag. You guys make some noise and type in your hearts and love for Pjay Alexander I. Right?
Thank you. I hope I was helpful. And I hope that you can take away one thing to help you with your hair journey. Just know that I'm here for you, that we're here for you. And together as a community, we could all go really far. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yes, absolutely. We really, really appreciate you. You guys, this has been an amazing show. I wish we could talk to you so much longer, but you have to come back and we'll do it again, right?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So we look forward to that. Thank you so much, Pjay, and you have an amazing evening. You guys, this has been Texture Talk with the Hair Whisperer Tendai, and we are just so thankful that you guys tuned in with us once again. We look forward to Texture talking with you guys every single week. Really quickly, Pjay, are you on social media? Give them your social media information.
Yes, my Instagram is picture_MEEM. Picture_MEEM.
Okay. And then Facebook, same thing?
My Facebook is pretty private, so I don't usually give it out. But I am on that Natural Club website, and it's usually me that you're talking to.
Perfect. So guys, that was our guest. This has been a fabulous show. Thank you so much. I do want to tell you guys, I was actually nominated for an award. I'm excited about this. So so if you guys go to my Facebook page, actually Tendai Robin Morris, Tendai Tendai Robin Morris, and then there's a link in there that you guys could actually go and vote for me. I would really, really appreciate that. It's just a quick click. I'd appreciate it. And we'll go on from there. I look forward to Texture talking with you guys next week and each and every week. Remember, your natural is your natural, and have a safe, don't eat too much, y'all. I take that back. Yeah, eat everything you would eat. But have a fantastic night. Thanks again. And yeah, we love you guys. Take care.
Love you guys. Thanks so much. Be safe.